Your body hears everything that your mind says. That's a quote from Naomi Judd and the opening chapter in the best-selling book, The Source by Dr. Tara Swart. And we are doing 6 different sections about how you can keep your brain more agile. And each component is separate because you need to work on what you need for your best self. Welcome to Flourish. I'm Diane Planidin, and you're in the right place if you're ready to create an inspired life. And it's all about personal development. So this is number 2 out of the whole brain approach, out of the 6 ways of thinking that correlate with a simplified version of the neural pathways. And it's all about physicality or interoception, really knowing yourself inside and out. She begins by saying, we are all familiar with the primary senses through which our experience of the world is mediated: sight, sound, taste, smell, and touch. Interoception is different. It is the lesser known sense that helps us feel and understand what's going on inside our body. It helps us read our own body and process its signals from hunger, thirst, and body temperature to our heart rate or state of our digestion. Life experience impinges on interoceptive ability. Your capacity to correctly decode physical clues like loss of libido or appetite is influenced by the way you have learned either to take note of or ignore different types of feeling. Your family attitude to health, emotions, and well being will have an influence on this. Mhm. And you really do know if something is going on in your body. And this chapter is all about just learning to trust that, being very familiar, knowing, for example, I know if I am a little bit coming under the weather before I actually get sick, and then I can be proactive with that. But you have to be super in tune with your body. And once you start, even if you learn it by hindsight, it gets a lot easier. She says, failing to spot and respond to internal clues that our bodies are communicating to us is an example of us zoning out from an internal state of our body. Our brain is involved in a constant process of integrating signals relaying from our body into our brain. This process is important for maintaining conditions in the body, such as temperature and blood pressure, and potentially aiding in self awareness. As the better we get at tuning into these signals, the stronger our brain body connection is. And she says if you're highly attuned already, then your immune interoception will be able to tell you when you're coming down with a cold, sometimes days before you have obvious symptoms. Just the example I gave you earlier from that. And then, you can start loading up on the vitamin C if you feel like you're coming down with something. Don't wait for it. Interoception uses physical pathways in the brain and body in much the same way as our 5 senses have nerves that connect up the eyes, ears, tongue, and so on to the parts of the brain that process vision, hearing, and taste. Although it is more complex and mysterious sense that will be further revealed by more research in the lab, it is a sense that we can start exploring to improve our own brain-body connection, our well-being, and the potential of the source. This is why learning to do a body scan exercise is crucial to our personal development. And she gives a really nice exercise in this chapter that you can try at home simply by sitting barefoot in a chair and becoming in tune with each part of your body and an awareness. Or you can do this laying down, or if you meditate, just whatever works for you. Really know how you feel inside and out. Be hyper aware of any changes, and it'll help you be more in tune with the brain body connection. I really like that because it's really quite simple and it's free and anybody can do it. You do it at your leisure. Why not? But it's also a form of meditation. So There's a lot of connection here for sure. She says, so how can we improve our interception? Is it something we can work on, or is it something we have innately, naturally? Interception is often a hard concept to grasp unless you do yoga or participate in a sport that requires biofeedback from your body. The more grounded and present you are in your body, the stronger your interoceptive senses is likely to be. But it is absolutely something you can build on. Start to be more curious about what things mean. Like if you have restless legs or butterflies in your stomach. Some will have a scientific explanation. For example, muscle spasms or migraines can be related to low magnesium levels. But some will have a unique meaning to us, and it is down to us to decode them. And I know I've gone to the doctor in the past, and I'm like, or even with my son, and it's like, this is wrong. Like, he has an ear infection. I have strep throat. You know it before sometimes the doctors can even test for it. And then you end up going a couple of days later when you could have been more preventative, but that's another story. She says, I believe each of us has the innate capability to know our bodies and communicate this with our brains to make better choices. For example, if your lips tingle when you eat shrimp or you get bloated after pizza, you probably have a sensitivity to crustaceans or an intolerance to wheat or gluten. What signs, she says, can you think of that indicate stress, dis-ease, or being out of sorts for you? Armed with this knowledge, you will be better able to implement self-care strategies quickly and less likely to push through when your body is telling you to stop. That's why the body scan, the awareness of how you're feeling from your head to toe and up and down again is really, really important. She says we can all be overwhelmed by psychological issues, and it is important to understand what they are and how they can be managed. But sometimes, if you search inside yourself, you may sense a physical root cause or hormonal imbalance that can be corrected. This could be anything from having a snack when your blood sugar falls low and clouds your judgment to a vitamin deficiency, all the way up to preempting a potentially more serious health scare. It is possible to control. And the blood sugar example she uses is really quite interesting because if you're feeling groggy, just take a moment and decide, how are you feeling groggy because you're hungry or because you stayed up too late? Are you feeling dehydrated? When was the last time you had water? Just little examples, little examples. All right, she says, it's a window to your emotional state. Physical symptoms are often the best and earliest indicators of our psychological state, usually before intellectual thought or logic has had a chance to intervene and interpret. There's growing scientific consensus that an effective brain-body connection is also integral to executive function, higher level thinking in the brain. This makes absolute sense, as interoception draws on a combined awareness of your other senses to build a holistic picture of how you feel at any given moment. High interoceptive awareness has been found to correlate with mental and physical well-being. And she references a study here that was done in 2017, which found many similarities between the well-being of those who were naturally disposed towards a mindful perspective and those who had high interoception. This is fast emerging as a factor that underpins self-awareness and physical resilience and energy. Yes, your body is your temple. Take good care of it. Energy is essential to maintain our ability to stay self-aware and manage our emotions. Keep motivated when we're tired, distracted, rely on our intuition when we don't know who to trust, bring out of the box thinking into our life when we're in a rut, and decide on and stick to our life goals when the going gets tough. All of this begins with the body. On a good day, with the energy of our mind and body aligned, we can achieve what seems impossible on a day we haven't slept well or had time to eat properly. Think about that. When was the last time you had a good chat with yourself, your physical being self, and said, okay, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Where do I want to improve? Am I even aware of what I look like? Why are my pants too tight? Those are all like little signs, little conversations you can have with yourself, and take the baby steps to stay nourished, stay hydrated, ensure your physical well-being is taken care of, and you're hyper aware of exactly what's going on in your body because you know yourself the best. Try that body scan. Try thinking of different ways you can improve your physical self. And not only will you live a more inspired life, but your brain body connection will be stronger and your executive function, your mind will be a powerhouse to keep you going to live the life that you deserve. We're doing intuition next, and I am so excited. That gut feeling. I'll see you soon.